Hello, my name's Teresa McKinnon. I'm Principal Teaching Fellow at the Language Centre at the University of Warwick. I'm going to attempt to tell you my personal journey as a Pecha Kucha with 10 slides within the next 10 minutes. Online intercultural interaction or exchange, sometimes known as OIE, is the term used by researchers into computer-mediated communication for the opportunities arising from the ease with which we can connect and share over the internet with those from other cultures and countries. Such interactions can take many forms, from email messages to synchronous video conferencing, from shared blog writing to use of social media, such as the microblog Twitter. Over the past 5 years or so, I've been actively engaged in OIE, and I would like to tell you how it's affected my work as a language teacher. Here I am back in the 1980s, leaving for the last time the Lycée Technique Blaise Pascal in Châteauroux in France. I had just completed my year abroad as an assistante, my first immersive intercultural experience. I expect many of you have had the same experience. This had been a transformative experience. My understanding of the French language and people had vastly improved, as indeed had my understanding of myself. At the time this picture was taken, I was heading home to complete my degree and spend the next 15 years of my life teaching French in the secondary system, becoming a head of department and setting up exchanges so that other young people could experience intercultural interaction for themselves. Now jump ahead to 2011. I've been working as a French teacher in higher education since the millennium, using the internet to help me keep in touch with the country and language that are central to my work. My love of interaction continues, as I am investigating the potential for voice over the internet in my teaching. This picture is an example of the one and only time I experienced flaming online. Flaming is the term given for abuse, an abusive interaction. I took issue with a comment made on Professor Steve Wheeler's blog, and I got roundly admonished by another visitor who is critical of academics and their work. This was the start of the realization that online interaction can be as real and compelling as face-to-face conversation. A teacher in English in Clermont-Ferrand joined the conversation, and together we doused the flamer. Connecting through Twitter, Simon Enser became one of the many to contribute to my learning process, thanks to computer-mediated communication. Our discussions led to a decision to try out linking our two institutions in a virtual French exchange. The Warwick exchange is now in its 3rd year. It involves over 900 students and has been consolidated by annual staff visits funded by Erasmus. It empowers students to manage their online identities, to connect through a wide range of technologies, and to reflect on what they learn of the language learning process. In so doing, it also allows them to challenge their expectations of intercultural interaction and discover more about themselves. A case study of this innovative practice is featured in the EU-funded Intent report. The focus of the computer-mediated communication between the two institutions was a portal that I had designed called Languages at Warwick. Built around Moodle, it contains integrated tools for synchronous and asynchronous interaction, video streaming, and an e-portfolio tool. We've been able to use the portal not just to connect our students to our staff, but also, more importantly perhaps, to connect our staff to each other and to the outside world, providing training and a community of practice to help develop their skills in online interaction. This is an ongoing challenge, but my first evaluative paper is about to be published in the Eurocall proceedings from the recent conference at Evora in Portugal. Online intercultural interaction via computer-mediated communication has enabled us to break down some of the classroom walls and silos we work in within our institutions. We exploit social media such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Google+, and many other Web 2 tools to bring the voices of our students together, to familiarize our staff with the many modes of communication used by the generations we teach. In so doing, we're able to turn faceless others into friends. Friends who better understand their similarities. I believe that such international interaction is vital today, as we share a planet that is threatened by our needs for limited resources. Over the past few years, my research has seen me engaging in a wide range of initiatives. I produced a guide to e-tools for interaction and ran a series of Connecting at a Distance workshops. I'm technical consultant on a new virtual exchange called Mexico with Coventry University and UNAM in Mexico. I organized and ran a virtual conference collaborating with Rob O'Dowd, one of the leading researchers in telecollaborative practice. I'm a mentor for the Global Classroom Project, a community of international educators who connect their primary students to each other to support their understanding of the wider world. I support the UK's case for language education through my work with the University Council for Modern Languages and the Speak to the Future campaign. And I offer my experience as a seasoned online moderator to other international online conferences, such as the recent Reform Symposium. I would define myself as a connected educator. I have experienced for myself the transformative power of connecting in both the virtual and the real worlds, and offer this analogy, which I hope to write more about in the coming months. Here you see a water feature central to a local college for special needs young people. The water flows through reclaimed television screens. Imagine that the water in the pond is the physical domain, and the water above is virtual. Most of us who dabble with computer-mediated communication only have a shallow trickle running through the screens. Each screen holds a threshold concept, a gateway we need to pass through in order to increase our understanding. The reality of the world for the current and next generations is that existence is as real in both dimensions. We need to increase our familiarity with the online dimension if we're to understand the transformative effect of online intercultural interaction. Only then can we understand what our students can experience by making such opportunities central to their learning. I look forward to meeting you online. I always welcome new additions to my personal learning network. Please connect so we can learn from each other. All my work is available in the public domain under Creative Commons licensing, and you can access it from the QR codes that are being distributed. Do say hello if we meet in the real world too.